Hey, it's Jeff Dayton, and you are here with Count It Off in Nashville, Tennessee. In the studios today, we have a really special guest, Thom Shepard. Thom's a killer writer. He's had all kinds of cuts, all kinds of history, and we're going to talk to him and get to hear some of his music. Thom, it's good to have you, man.
Hey, thank you, Jeff.
Absolutely, and I've only got one thing for you to do here to get the show started. All you got to do is say, kick it off, Marcia.
Kick it off, Marcia.
Welcome to Count It Off with your host, Jeff Dayton, where we explore the world of music through the eyes of some fascinating guests. So, get tuned up and let's count it off.
All right, Thom, good to have you here, man.
Hey.
Do you recognize that voice at all? That's Marcia Ramirez.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You must know Marcia.
Oh, yeah. I think we wrote at the same place at one point.
Yeah, were you at Magnatone with her? Might have been before your time.
Might have been before. I think Curb, maybe? I don't know.
Were you at Curb?
Yeah, had a joint venture at Curb for a couple of years. My very first deal.
Oh, that's great. Well, I remember that Private Malone was out about then, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2001 is when that came out.
Mm-hmm. After my time with Glenn Campbell music expired, I got with Curb for a couple of years. Jeff Tweel brought me in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, some good days.
Yeah.
And Marcia was one of the people over there, and that's how I got to know her. Okay, folks, a disclaimer here. There is a whining puppy dog in the background paying no attention to Hank. He is just a love sponge, but he will not sit still. We might try taking a break here and seeing if he'll sit quietly for us. Oh, listen to that. Okay, we're going to pause right here. It's really great to have you here, though, Thom, and thanks for coming to Count It Off Studios and hanging out, talking about Marcia and all the people that we've known in town. You've been here since 1993, is that right?
That's right, straight out of college. Really? I didn't know anybody. I just knew I wanted to do music for a living.
Really? Where'd you come from?
I came from Virginia. I went to George Mason University, and originally from St. Louis, but
all right,
spent my high school and college years in Northern Virginia.
Have you connected with the Mayer brothers about St. Louis at all?
I know that they're from there, but we've never talked about it. When I lived there, I was just a little kid, so I didn't know anybody.
Yeah. I had a backyard neighbor, Roger and Thien, and they were just wonderful. And they had a party, and they brought over Jim Mayer, and it turns out they all knew each other from St. Louis.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of St. Louis connections.
Yeah, a lot of Cards fans in town once in a while, too.
Yeah.
You know, I like baseball, period. I don't care what team you're from. I'm for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm a huge Shohei Ohtani fan, I got to say. And Aaron Judge and Jose Iglesias, who had a hit song last year.
Yeah.
Called Oh My God, OMG. And after a great year and a run to the playoffs, the Mets cut him, and now he's playing minor league in San Diego.
Oh, wow.
He's trying to make it back to the bigs. Anyway, that's the life of baseball. I don't think that music is any less cruel, though. It's something else.
Well, only a few people get to do it, really. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad that you and I have gotten to last this long at it.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm going to introduce you to Thom here. A veteran of Nashville's Music Row, Thom Shepard is the writer of 5 #1 singles. Stand back and admire, including Redneck, Yacht Club, and Riding with Private Malone. He's the writer of over 10 radio singles, 2 Grammy-nominated songs, Stand Back and Admire, and has had over 100 songs recorded by Blake Shelton, George Jones, Pat Green, Kevin Fowler, Easton Corbin, Montgomery Gentry, Craig Morgan, Colt Ford, and many more. Watch your toes. We're doing some heavy name dropping. What a career so far.
Yeah, I've been lucky, right place, right time. And I found you got to show up, just showing up every day and just trying. That's the bottom line, really.
Yeah. When you first came to town, what got you going? I mean, how did you're showing up where? Wait a minute, where do you go? Well, you're brand new in town. So many people move here.
Well, I moved to town and I had a day job because, that was my first time living on my own, right out of college. So what do? You get a day job. But then I ended up getting a little bit more flexible day job because the music business really works, like any other job, Monday through Friday. Mm-hmm. The songwriting biz, anyway, the publishing biz. If you want to be a writer, you got to be available Monday through Friday during the day, pretty much. So I ended up getting a job out here at Opryland Hotel in their audiovisual department.
Oh, wow.
And I started just going out. I decided, okay, I'm going to make a commitment to go out at least once a week somewhere and I went to this thing called Billy Block's Western Beat Barn Dance.
Yes.
And I said, I'm just going to go every Tuesday and just try to meet people.
Was that at Exit Inn, right?
This was when it was at the Sutler. It was at a little place called the Sutler.
Remember the Sutler?
Yes.
On 2nd Avenue there.
And as it turns out, that's where I ended up meeting my first publisher, Charlie Monk.
Oh, Charlie, what a wonderful guy he was.
Legend, the mayor of Music Row.
That's right.
Learned a lot from that guy.
Yeah, and a wonderful dry sense of humor.
Oh yeah, and that's kind of how I got my foot in the door. You know, I made a little demo cassette back in the day. I had like a 5-song demo, the first stuff I ever recorded, and that was what got me in the door. Was one of those songs. A friend of a friend passed it along to Charlie, and he said, "I like it because you wrote this one song by yourself, and I think it's really great."
Oh, wow.
And so he said, "I can't pay you, but the door's open."
Oh, isn't that great?
That's it. And I found, man, if you've got an open door and can hang around with people that are really great at what they do and just let it rub off on you a bit, that's it.
You know, there was a company over there, we used to say down by the Jaguar dealer on 8th Avenue, back when that referred to the area. And there was a company back there that didn't pay anybody either, but they would give people a staff writing deal.
Yeah.
In other words, they could say they were writers for this company called Bandwagon Red.
Yeah.
And Chris Burgess was there, and he told me about it and got me in on that thing a little bit. But people had business cards and everything that they were staff writers at Bandwagon Red. And it paid nothing. But they had to have a place that they could call home. And they would and meet people and co-write. And Chris brought me in on a bunch of really good co-writes. I remember one girl had a T-shirt that said, "Hey, we should write sometime."
That would probably sell well now.
It's sort of one of those Nashville things. If you walked up to, you or Anthony Smith and said, "Hey, we should write sometime." And you'd be going, "Do you have the T-shirt?" Because
I know. And now it's like, we should write sometime. Let's get 5 or 6 other people to join us and we'll do a 7-way.
Oh, yes, right.
On the flip side of that, I love writing 100%ers. The last few years,
me too.
I just feel like it's pure that way. And, I moved to Nashville in 93, but I left in 2011. I was kind of a little burned out, I think, on the, writing. And it's a dream job, obviously, but it's, it's stressful every day when you're trying to make a living doing it.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to play. I came to town because I like to perform. I like to play live. And so I had started writing with a bunch of guys from Texas, and through some encouragement from friends down there, we ended up moving to Austin in 2011. So we left for a while, and we just moved back here in the summer of 2024.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, when I talked to Dave Lenahan about you, he's got a great podcast called The Songwriter Connection. You guys should check it out. I call him my mentor. He's the guy that got me into this. He said, "Oh, I thought Thom left town." And I said, "Well, as far as I know, he lives down the road." So
yeah, we did leave for a while, and I think it was a good thing. I think I was getting kind of just, I don't know, not a good mindset. Kind of a underlying. I'm typically a really positive person, but I was getting in kind of a, bad headspace of, shooting yourself in the foot, you know what I mean? And just overthinking things and just, but it was great going down there and just writing stuff for ourselves and not trying to write something that somebody else is going to cut.
Yeah.
And it seems like at the end of the day, the songs I've had the most success with are the ones that I kind of wrote for myself anyway.
And that's one of the things that I've always liked about you. We've run into each other at the Trop Rock events, like down there at Modem and Parrotheads and Trop Rock and Duval and all this stuff. And you always got a mile-wide smile, man.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to do what I do for a living, and I love it. I don't know how anybody can complain about playing music or...
Yeah. And why complain anyway? I mean, look what we get to do. So
exactly.
Let's get one of Thom's songs queued up here, and we're going to let you guys hear a little bit of a really good song that you might recognize this one. This is your version of it, right?
This is the original demo.
All right.
Meeting my buddies out on the lake. We're headed out to a special place we love, but just a few folks know. There's no signing up, no monthly dues. Take your Johnson, your Mercury, or your Evan Root and fire it up. Meet us out at Party Cove. Come on in, the water's fine. Just idle on over and toss us a line. Fast trackers, bay ladders, and a party barge, strung together like a floating trailer park, anchored out and getting loud all summer long. Side by side there's 5 houseboat front porches, astroturf lawn chairs and tiki torches, regular Joes rocking the boat. That's us, the Redneck Yacht Club.
Oh, heck yeah. You know, I think anybody that grew up near water has a Redneck Yacht Club memory like that.
That's true. That's true. If you've ever been to a marina, you've probably heard that song.
Well, true that. And I grew up on Lake Minnetonka up in Minnesota. And we used to have big island parties, and that was like 100 boats lashed together. It was so big that people would drone over it to take pictures of it all. Yeah, the Hennepin County Water Patrol had to create lanes in there so that you couldn't like just pack boats in. It got so bad that there were a lot of risks out there. But
they have that at the Lake of the Ozarks, the Party Cove at Lake of the Ozarks. You know, the boats tie up on either side, and they leave this like lane in the middle, and they call it the gauntlet. Right, drive your boat, you sort of putt through there, but you can see some pretty crazy stuff down there.
Oh yeah, I called it Sodom and Gomorrah up there. It got pretty crazy, but that's a lot of fun, and what a good song, man. I'll bet you that. I think you had that song out before you left town, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That was in 2005.
Yeah,
that's when that song came out.
Craig Morgan.
Yeah,
that's got to be a career kick for you.
Yeah, that's been the biggest one, really. You know, I mean, I'd say my other big number one that I had was Riding with Private Malone. Mm-hmm. And that song did great. That song was a number one too. But I guess as far as years later, which one still gets played a lot, Redneck Yacht Club gets played, so much more than Private Malone. And they were both number ones. So you never know how they're gonna work in the long haul over time. And I think the other thing is Private Malone is pretty long. It's it's over 4 minutes long, so it's it's a commitment for somebody to play it on the radio. It takes up a lot of space.
I wish we were on video because Tom's getting
I'm being licked by a dog.
He's getting a wet ear,
right on my face.
An ear willy from the dog.
I like dogs. It's okay, Jeff.
Okay, good. Yeah, well, Hank is a love sponge. He really is. That's amazing, though. To land one like that, how did you end up? Well, what was your first cut in town? Let's go back to that when you moved here.
My very first cut was on a Christian label called Daywind, and it was on a kids record, and it was a song called "The Rainbow Lets Me Know," and it was a song about Noah and the ark and the rain, and when God showed Noah the rainbow, he knew everything was going to be okay. Oh, and that was kind of the thing.
How cool!
That was my very first cut.
That's a wonderful thing. I never would have thought to write a song about that.
Yeah, I don't even remember where it came from, but so that was the first one. Didn't really make a lot of money, but the first really big one was Riding with Private Malone. That was my first one that kind of kicked open the door and allowed me to quit my day job.
And you wrote that with Wood Newton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good old Wood. We all love him.
Yeah, we met over at the Opry Star Spotlight. They used to do this show in the lobby of the Opryland
I remember that
hotel.
Show. Yeah, at midnight.
Yeah, it was on Friday nights. Uh-huh. Well, they did it every night, but they did it Friday nights right after the early Opry, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I used to live in this very neighborhood where we're sitting right now, and my friend Jeff Batson called me and said, "Hey, Wood Newton and David Ball are over here at Opry Star Spotlight. You need to come over." Well, from where we're sitting, the Opryland Hotel and the Grand Ole Opry is 5 minutes away.
Right.
So I was like, well, it's about 10 o'clock. I don't know. And I remember my wife at the time was not happy that I wanted to go somewhere at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, right. But
I said, I just got a feeling I got to go. And I went over there, and that's where I met Wood Newton and David Ball. And after the show, Wood Newton said, we should write sometime.
No kidding. That's perfect.
Well, what he said, he goes, I like your songs because they're country, but they're not dumb. And I took that as a high compliment.
I think so.
So we got together, and that was the first song we wrote. It took us probably 4 or 5 times getting together. I remember we went to the Green Hills Library to get a coffee table book about Corvettes with a bunch of big pictures of Corvettes in it. And like, okay, which Corvette are we writing about? So we picked a 66 Corvette just because, we wanted it to be like during the time frame of Vietnam where it was still kind of just getting going and,
That's smart songwriting.
Yeah, I like to do my research, I really do. I mean, I like having stuff be real and it all matters.
Oh, it does. Well, that's a terrific song and an opportunity like none other. I remember going on there with a band called Shiloh, and they were produced by Kenny Rogers Jr.
Yep.
And Kenny was convinced that the boy band thing was not dead. However, it was.
I do remember meeting those guys over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was there playing guitar. It was kind of like they called me Pappy. I was like the de facto MD for the group, music director.
Wasn't that the name that the Eagles used before they became the Eagles?
I think you might be right on that.
Yeah.
I do not know, Johnny Carson said. I did not know that.
I believe so.
That's great. Well, I remember the fun thing was the guys were introducing, they said, "Who's that guy on guitar?" And he said, "Jeff Dayton." And the guy goes, "Jeff Dayton, Anchorage, Alaska, KASH radio. You stopped in and played me a song called Summer When the Sun Goes Down when you were up there with Glenn Campbell." I was like, I don't believe you remember that. It was so
It's
long
insane.
ago. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy, this crazy life we live and the people that we meet and the folks that you remember? I was in St. Louis on Sunday. My wife Coley and I started a thing called the Red Guitar Campaign. And what we do is we donate. I play a Red Taylor. So we donate Red Taylor guitars to an organization called the Fisher House. Fisher House provides free lodging for military and their families when they're in the hospital for long stays.
Wow.
So we went to go visit one time, and the commander of the base was there, and he said, "Can you play Private Malone?" And we said, "Oh, well, we didn't bring a guitar." And right then we looked at each other and we're like, wouldn't it be cool if every one of these houses had a guitar in it if somebody wanted to play it?
Right.
So we started doing it. We've delivered 35 of them now.
Wow.
So, but Sunday we were delivering one in St. Louis, and there was this lady in the crowd there that I was like, "You really look, I feel like I've met you. You look familiar." She's like, "Oh yeah, I met you in Djibouti, Africa in 2007 when you came to play there."
Way. I don't believe it.
Is that crazy?
Oh man.
It's a huge world, but it's a small world.
It's fun because when we're doing music and we're touching people's lives or hearts or whatever, or just amusing them, those are like breadcrumbs that bring people back to us. I got an email one time in the early 2000s. I was living in Brentwood at the time, back when it was necessary for my second marriage. And I got an email from a guy that said, "I met you 20 years ago in Phoenix at North Mountain Park, and you said something to me that forever changed my life, and I just want to thank you." It was like, whoa.
Yeah, you have no idea.
And
be careful what you say to people.
I honestly didn't even, he said, "You'll not even remember me, but I remember you."
Yeah.
Isn't that something? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
really.
Something that's why I like being positive. I'm optimistic. I'm thankful. I know how blessed we are to do what we've done
Amen.
for a career.
Amen.
And so I love it if I can pass it on some way.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, why don't we ride with Private Malone for a little bit here?
All right.
This is your version of this as well, right?
It is.
Yeah, all right. Written by
I was
Thom
just out
Shepard.
of the service, thumbing through the classifieds, when an ad that said old Chevy somehow caught my eye. The lady didn't know the year or even if it ran, but I had that $1,000 in my hand. It was way back in the corner of this old ramshackle barn, with 30 years of dust and dirt on that green army tarp. And when I pulled the cover off, it took away my breath, 'cause what she called a Chevy was a 66 Corvette. And I felt a little guilty as I counted out the bills for what a rush I got when I sat behind the wheel. I opened up the glove box, and that's when I found the note. It was dated 1966, and this is what he wrote. It said, "My name is Private Andrew Malone, and if you're reading this, then I didn't make it home. But for every dream that shatters, there's another that comes true. And this car was once a dream of mine, now
it belongs to you. And though you may take her and make her your own, you'll always be riding with Private Malone.
Man, what a sentimental tune.
Thank you.
That
I
is
love
something.
story songs, you know,
Yeah.
and I love old cars. So I always wanted to write a song about an old car. So
Yeah.
so I did.
I'm the same way. I mean, I grew up around good American-made cars, and it was fun. I had a 71 Impala. Well, actually, before that, I had a 69 Chevelle
Oh yeah.
that a girlfriend drove off in. I paid $100 for it. All it needed was a $5 fuel filter, and it was, today those cars are $20,000 to $50,000, depending on how well they're built up.
Oh no kidding.
Yeah, anyway. We don't know.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I love that. I've got a heart for the same thing, Corvettes, though, I've tried getting in one with this same girlfriend because she wanted me to buy something to make her look good, And I couldn't see over the roof line. The top of the windshield was so short.
Yeah, I like Corvettes, but I don't know that I would really want to have one. I like the ones from the 50s, like the 50, the 58, the 59s. Those are cool. But in the music video, I got to play Private Malone, and I got to drive the 66 Corvette.
Nice.
And I got to tell you, I'm almost 6'3". It's a little tight in there for someone as tall as we are.
Did you ever hear about, I think it was the first Thunderbird or Corvette, I forget which, that they gave to John Wayne, and he gave it back because he couldn't fit in it.
I believe it.
And John Wayne was tall from the waist up.
Yeah.
Glenn Campbell told me a lot about him, and he said, I was on a horse next to John Wayne, but I looked about a foot shorter.
Oh, and True Grit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
We grew up with a lot of Glenn Campbell around the house. I was going to tell you, my mom was a huge Glenn Campbell fan, and we listened to a lot of his music when I was a kid.
I don't know anybody that didn't.
Yeah.
And it was such a dream for me to get that gig because I watched the TV show, the original show with John Hartford and everybody back in the day. And I thought, this guy is so cool. And then, fast forward 20 years and I'm working for him.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It's amazing. It seemed like when I was a kid, every person I knew had the Rhinestone Cowboy record with the embossed cover of him like riding a white horse through like a desert or something.
Yeah. And the white cowboy suit.
Oh, yeah.
We did a show in Brooklyn one time at Midwood High School out on the football field, and it was a hot summer night, but the guy presenting the show was a little local congressman named Marty Markowitz, and Marty rode out onto the field in a white cowboy hat and a white suit with white boots on a white horse. And he was about 5'5", so it was really quite a sight. It just the way it touched everybody, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be playing in Dunlap, Tennessee soon after we air this on July 4th, as a matter of fact. And one of the things they asked me as far as the band I was going to be joining down there was would I sing Rhinestone Cowboy? That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Glenn. I mean, I did 15 years with him and wrote for his publishing company, and we've had some great times.
That's cool. I saw during the pandemic, we watched this Bruce Springsteen movie called Western Stars. And for their encore, it's Bruce Springsteen in his barn with a 30-piece orchestra.
I remember that.
It's amazing. And the encore is Rhinestone Cowboy.
That's something.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's a fantastic video, too, and just inspired me to find an old barn and a 30-piece orchestra.
I've been looking. I'm waiting. I'm going to find me a barn one day and put a venue in it.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
And just let people come to us, not travel anymore. We'll have like our own little Branson.
We landed in Monterey one day, and Al Jardine was there at the airport from the Beach Boys.
Oh, yeah.
And Glenn and Al were old pals, and we got to know him, too. And he said, who wants to go down to Big Sur and see my studio? And so Thom and Bob and I said, absolutely. So we had a day off because we always traveled a day early and went down there to his place. And it reminded me of that big old barn that Neil Young had on the cover of was it Harvest?
Yeah.
With that, old kind of crusty looking place where the, people set up with their instruments, and that's what his place looked like, but it was better. It wasn't crusty. But, they're just the cool stuff that, careers by people. So you had a couple of big hits in the early 2000s, and then you kind of said, well, I'm getting some checks. I think I'll move.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to go do my own thing. My goal coming to Nashville was I wanted to make records and tour and sing for people, and so when the Nashville record deal didn't end up happening, I thought, well, I think I can just do it on my own, out on the road, and bass out of Texas. And around the same time, I had started doing a lot of shows for people that are fans of Jimmy Buffett, the Parrotheads.
Right.
And started doing a lot of shows for those guys. And when I did, I started writing more of the sort of beach country stuff. And it's a lot of fun. So the last several years, we mainly just toured Texas and all over the country, really, doing Texas music shows and kind of, trop rock, beach country kind of music.
Well, you guys are doing great at that. In fact, you're perennial award winners. And let me see if I can find that spot on your page. Maybe it's on the homepage, where you can read about, if you go to Thom Shepherd, that's ThomShepHerd.com, and you will find his red guitar, the red 66 Corvette, which says Malone on the front. Isn't that something? CMA Texas Songwriter of the Year, writer of 5 number 1 singles, 2 Grammy. Here we go. TRMA, which is Trop Rock Music Association, Songwriter of the Year, not nominated, but the winner.
Yeah.
That's terrific. And 4 times winner of the Duo of the Year, you and Coley.
Yeah.
So that is great. That is just great. And producer of the Lone Star Luau, 2-time TRMA Event of the Year. So yeah, you're in deep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We did the Luau 8 years in a row. Next year, we're kind of planning on taking a break from it and just, kind of figuring out what the next move is now that we're back in Nashville.
Are you on the coast down there when you do that event? Is that where it is?
It's in Houston.
Okay.
So yeah, not on the coast. It's in north of Houston, a place called Lake Conroe.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
But it's near the water.
It's on the lake.
With the party barge?
Oh, yeah. They have a big party barge out there.
Oh, that's fun. I'm so glad I ran into you a couple weeks ago. Right here in our neighborhood, there's a little place that I used to play before COVID. It was a just getting started little restaurant called the Homegrown Tap Room. And if you go there, please do say hi for both of us. And they've expanded since COVID, and they've taken over another business next door. It's a little kind of L-shaped strip mall. And there is my friend John Patty, who had just done he's part of this podcast here. He's been on Count It Off. And he said, yeah, I'm going to be in town doing a thing on Saturday night. I said, well, I'm at my grandson's birthday, so I can't be there. But I went to his webpage, and there was this event down the street. I'm like, I'm there.
It was great. I was there, too. That's where we ran into each other.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, let's do this thing. Hey, we should write sometime.
Yeah.
And John Frenzy and Aaron Schurz were there, and John Patty. And Aaron has a killer song. I walked up to him and threw a big $1 bill, about a foot long, in his tip jar, and said, man, that's the best. He played a song called Waves.
Yeah, that's a great song.
And I said, this is the best song I've heard all day. And, so it's been part of the rotating cast of extra songs we do on Beachfront Radio. I have a show there. And you will hear this interview on Beachfront. And those of you listening, thank you. And thank you to our sponsors for making the show possible.
That whole record, Aaron has a record called Ocean Road. I think it's my favorite record that he's done. The whole thing is awesome, top to bottom. And Aaron and I actually had a Grammy nomination together.
Really?
Yeah.
What song?
We wrote a song called The Rock. And Tracy Lawrence recorded it. It's a song about an old church.
Wow.
And so we got nominated for a Grammy when, I guess it was in like category 52 or something like that. It wasn't on the televised part of the show, but we got nominated. But you might not know this. Even if you get nominated, you can get a plaque that says you were nominated.
Wow.
To hang on the wall.
Wow. That would be something. I was part of a group from Hawaii called A'e'e, which is a native word that means upwardly directed and with the gray hair of wisdom and the energy of youth. Mm-hmm. And we put an EP together. We won Group of the Year in Hawaii when we won EP of the Year. And we were in the Grammy nominations of the early voting.
Yeah.
We didn't make the last 5, the ones to make the awards, but that was still a big honor.
If you want to win a Grammy, you just have to be in a very specific niche. Don't try to go as mainstream country artist of the year. Go for, polka record recorded in Spanish on the steel drum. And you'll blow that category away.
And when you do that, folks, and you win the award, be sure to thank Thom Shepherd.
I'm giving you an inside track here.
All right, here's another Thom Shepherd song, folks. This one's called Pelican. I really like this one. I'm a fan of songs. I'm a fan of mellow songs.
I've always been fascinated by reincarnation and wondered what I might come back as. An old front porch blue heeler, or a nautical wheeler, a seahorse or a big jungle cat. There's no way to know where we go when we go, but if I was given the chance, on the day that I die, I would take to the sky and fly like the pelican can. So high with the wind at my back, no trouble in mind, and so not a care anymore. On the trade winds I'll glide, nothing but me and the sea and the sky. All the weight of my world, it was left far behind. He might look prehistoric, but he's more handsome for it. Is that a waddle or a swaggering thing?
Is that a waddle or a swagger? I love that.
I felt like that's a line that Jimmy Buffett would have said, you know, his sense of humor.
I agree with you. And one of the things that's encouraged me as a writer is listening to the deep catalog stuff of Jimmy's, not the ones that everybody knows, cheeseburgers and fins
Right.
and all that, margaritas. But when you get into the albums and you hear these songs that were just brilliant, unusual songs.
Yeah.
And especially after he passed, you know, I got further into it. But when I heard the title, Death of an Unpopular Poet, I thought, there's hope.
Yeah.
So it encouraged me to write a song. I have a song called Hemingway's Cats.
Oh, yeah.
And write what you feel, you know, and
It's true.
And let the world figure it out.
Yeah, I have a song called Pink Flamingo Shoes and one called Huckleberry Lemonade. You know, I mean,
That's
just
great. Yeah.
Interesting titles.
Another one that Jimmy inspired for me is called Circling the Moon. And again, you know, thank you, Jimmy, for unleashing my creative freedom a little further. You
Yeah.
know? That's really great. Well, man, you are just killing it as a writer. You're also, I can tell, a very civic-minded and philanthropic person. Me in my mouth again. As Chad would say, use your words, Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations to you on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I know you're inspired from a higher place. I can tell.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel like my mission is to make people feel good, you know, with music or whatever.
Well, I think you're doing it. I mean, you're smiling like a winner, you know?
I love it. I love it. You know, I mean, if you can make somebody laugh with the song, that's a good thing. You make somebody cry with the song, that's a whole other thing. That's a tricky thing to do. And there's times where after shows, people will say, "Oh, you made me cry," and I always say, "I'm sorry, but thanks."
Yeah.
You know?
I have a song that I wrote about our friendship about Glenn Campbell, and it's called Long Slow Train Out of Town. It's about his memory loss.
Oh, man.
And a lifetime full of memories are empty boxcars now on a long, slow train out of town.
Oh, wow.
And I've had grown men come up to me after that song and sob on my shoulder.
I believe it.
Because they lost their dad to Alzheimer's or their mom or whatever. And, you know, that's the kind of thing you hesitate to play it live because you don't want to bring the room to tears, but it's such an important song to do.
It's true. And, you know, our brains are a crazy thing. I mean, I don't know how I can access the lyrics to a song I heard 10 years ago and know all the chords and play it. All the songs I've written, I don't know how I can just automatically access it like a computer, you know? And I just think, that's got to be the worst when you start losing that. So hopefully we'll live to be 100 and, you know, and pass away in a hang gliding accident or something. I don't know.
Or get eaten by a Bronterock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reference to a movie. Here's another Thom Shepard song. This one is called Till I Met the Cowboys. Love cowboy music. Love Texas
Love
music.
it.
Yeah.
Sitting tall in the saddle, but riding all alone. Lost and looking for direction to any other trail than the one that I was on. When I came across my hand and they took me in. That's when I knew I'd found a home. They all might be crazy, but they're my closest friends. And they've been right beside me through the thick and the thin. And we ride together, roll together. We've been through all kinds of weather. Stay out late and make some noise. I never knew that I'd find friends, good friends for life, till I met the Cowboys.
Some are known for winning buckles, some for closing down the bar.
And they're the kind of men who, when you ride with them,
they bring out the best in who you are.
And I'm proud to be one of them. I ain't scared to say I love them.
And when we all sing along,
Man, that's a cool song.
Yeah,
I want to
thank you.
ask you, there's a voice that comes in right at the end, or right before we fade it out. And I think I recognize that voice, but I'm not sure who is that.
The last one?
Yeah.
That was Trent Willman.
Oh, I love Trent Willman.
Yeah, Trent's a good buddy. And we're in this cowboy group down in Texas called the Tejas Vaqueros, and we go on this trail ride every year. And that's what that song is about, is all those friends that I have on that trail ride. And there's probably 500 or 600 members of that ride that go every year. You have to get voted in, you know, and Trent was one of the guys that sponsored me to get in. And there's maybe, you know, I don't know, a dozen or 20 musicians out of that 500 or 600 guys. And so once I wrote the song and started recording it, and I thought, oh, I need to get all these, my buddies that sing and sing the lines on it. So it's Trent Willman, Red Steagall's on there, Gary P. Nunn, Kevin Fowler, Roger Krager, Randy Brown, and Cody Johnson.
And I think, was Cody right before we went out to the fade there?
He's the first guy that comes in after the break.
Yeah, we're closing down the bars and laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, to talk about an all-star bunch of friends you got.
Yeah, it's the best. I mean, and you know, the crazy thing is, I'm like, how are we going to get all these guys? How are we going to herd all these cats and get them all to sing on it?
Mm-hmm.
Cody, I had to track down in Nashville. He did his part on his bus. We recorded his vocals sitting at the kitchen table of his tour bus with my laptop and my portable recording rig. But all the other guys, we did on the trail ride in Texas, outside, like in this outdoor bar. We just set the laptop up, and this is a little recording tip that I never knew about. You know, usually you don't want your sound to be kind of boomy and echoey. Like that's why you go in like a little booth or something like that to record. But if you record outside, totally dead, like being in a booth.
Wow.
So we recorded that, a lot of those vocals just outdoors. They sound like they're in a studio.
That's fantastic. What a cool story behind that song. So folks, look that up. Till I Met the Cowboys. Thom Shepherd, he's our guest today on Count It Off here in Nashville. Thom, again, thank you so much, man. This has just been a delight. And I love the fact that even Hank likes you.
Yeah.
You hear that little whine?
I'm a dog person.
Hello, Hank. This is my son's dog, and of course, my son's gone all day, and so who's the dog sitter? Grandpa! Yeah, well, good luck to you here being back in town. Have you got plans for anything coming up near future that we can let folks know about?
Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff coming up in Nashville, doing 3 shows down at Chiefs on Broadway.
Yeah.
Which is...
I went there to see Jammy Buffett when they were in town with Roger Bartlett and Jim Mayer and Peter Mayer and Brendan.
Yeah, it's Eric Church's new bar.
Yeah.
And man, it's really cool. On the 3rd floor is a venue called the Neon Steeple. And you have to have tickets ahead of time, which I love it. You can't just walk off the street. You kind of got to know it's there. But it's a lot of songwriter shows. And I've been doing a series called The Songwriters. You know, it's a video interview series with...
like the one you did with Anthony Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, like hit writers like that. So we're kind of taking that idea and we're going to do it live in front of a crowd. So that's 3 times coming up over the next few months.
Is that the room that has the pew seats in it?
Yeah, it has a balcony like the Ryman.
Yep,
kinda.
yep. I've been. That's where these guys were playing. It was kind of a showcase thing for them.
Yeah, it's an amazing venue.
Yeah.
So that and just, traveling around doing some shows down at the old Shipwreck Cove, which is at the former Elm Hill Marina here in Nashville.
Wow.
Yeah, doing a radio show down there for a group called Dockside Live.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave Sines Company. So going to be there on Thursdays this summer, starting July 10th for about 2 months.
That's
every
really cool.
Thursday.
That's cool.
Doing a live radio show and some performing and special guests.
The guys with Dockside have been really good to me, and this podcast has been on their network as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing coming up this summer is the Music City Fin Fest, which is the first really big, Parrothead kind of Trop Rock beach country event. That's coming up mid-August, and we'll be performing at that as well. And
wow.
Some Bluebird dates and stuff. So if you're coming to Nashville, look me up.
Definitely do it. Thom Shepherd, our guest today. Man, it has been, as always, just a real joy to hang out with you. And I knew that there was a good reason that we got together like this.
Yeah.
And thanks to all of our friends for bringing us together. I will see you. I don't know if you'll be down at Trop Rock in Duval, but you'll probably be at Parrothead's in Paradise.
Definitely on the Meeting of the Minds on that schedule.
Yep.
And we're doing a couple of pirate ship cruises. If you want to go on and ride on a pirate ship with us, we're doing that a couple days. And then,
holy cow,
playing at Lulu's and the Buddy's Backyard Stage and the Gulf.
The Hangout and all those places there.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And Thom, thanks again. And we're going to let you take us out of here. All you got to do now is say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Hey, baby.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed this show. We invite you to check out all the other episodes and share this channel with all of your friends. Until next time, peace.